What's up guys, it's Chris and welcome back. Today we're going to have a look at the question of what's it like to do Doordash driving over the Christmas holidays. I think a lot of drivers, especially new drivers, are going to be thinking this, wondering is it worth it, should I be doing it, am I going to make a lot of money, am I going to make no money? Even on top of that, what are the challenges that I'm going to face as a driver driving across these holidays coming up? Very importantly though, especially to the more seasoned drivers out there, I want you to leave your tips and tricks down below in the comments to help out new drivers. I've got some of the answers, I've seen some of the avenues to these questions, but I don't have all of them. So as a community, we need to work together and help support each other, especially over these times where it's going to get a little bit tricky, a little bit not so much business as usual.
Dashing through the bush in a rusty Holden ute, kicking up the dust, esky in the boot.
So first thing I'm going to touch base on is shopping centres. Shopping centres are going to be a hell pit across Christmas. You don't want to go to a shopping centre. The general public will be in droves heading to shopping centres. Parking is going to be non-existent. Even just getting close to the shopping centres themselves, you're going to have trouble just with congestion on the roads as so many people are trying to get in and out of there. So if you drive a car, something to factor in is this going to be worth my time with all the traffic getting in there, all the drama trying to find a park, and then navigating through the crowds in the shopping centre just to do a pickup from a restaurant inside a shopping centre close to Christmas.
On such short notice, even if I wanted to go, my schedule wouldn't allow it.
Thinking in advance, do I know any secret parking spots? Do I know where loading zones are at these shopping centres that I can park in? Always check your state's regulations around loading zones. They all have different rules. Some are okay, some are not okay for delivery drivers.
Mitchell!
What?
That's why you're not fucking driving my car!
Why?
Why? Because there's a fucking parking ticket to go with this outstanding one!
Where was the parking ticket? I didn't even see that.
Get it and fucking pay it right now!
Your vehicle has two wheels, so you're on a motorbike or just a bicycle. Think about, where am I going to park? Do I know where the parking spots are in these shopping centres? You're going to have a little bit of an easier time navigating through traffic to get there and a little bit of an easier time finding parking because there's generally dedicated spots for bike riders. Orders coming in from your big shopping centres, and if you're in a car and it's from a Westfield where you have 30 minutes just to get into the complex because of the traffic congestion, maybe consider not taking orders from shopping centres. So before you even start your dash, think, am I going to be taking orders from shopping centres? Do I know where the shopping centres are on the map so when I see them pop up, I can decline them? Alternatively, if I am going to take orders from shopping centres, do I know where I'm going to park my car? So have a plan of where you're going to park your car, your motorcycle, your bike, whatever it might be. Just figure out where you're going to park in advance at these shopping centres if you're going to take orders from them. Have a plan, because without having a plan, you're planning to fail here. The worst case scenario is you spend a long time trying to get into the complex, you're 30 minutes late on pickup, you get a contract violation, and then you're spending even more time trying to justify what happened to Doordash to remove a contract violation. That's what you don't want. It's just a painful experience and it's really going to neg you out a little bit. So next up is Christmas Day itself. So I'm going to ask one question. I want you to try and think this one through. How many people do you think have not organised food on Christmas Day?
4 o'clock, wallow in self-pity. 4:30, stare into the abyss. 5 o'clock, solve world hunger.
Now I understand a lot of people don't celebrate Christmas, so that could be potential customers out there placing orders. But for the others who do celebrate Christmas, I think the vast majority have already got food sorted out for that day. So you got to ask yourself the question, is business going to be up and busier that day or down? Now, while order volume might be down, there will also be a lot less drivers out on the road. So drivers who would normally be out on that day, they might turn around and say, you know what, it's Christmas Day, I'm going to spend some time with my friends and family, I'm not going to go out delivery driving today. So if you are going to work Christmas Day, just keep in mind there's going to be less orders out there, so you're kind of playing the gamble of, is there going to be very few drivers out there as well? If so, it's going to negate out to just an average day. Of course, you might check on the day and see that there's some peaks on that Doordash has, and you think, oh wow, an extra $3 peak. But keep in mind that that does not necessarily mean that it's going to be busy. It could just mean there's not enough drivers scheduled on or logged in at the time. They're trying to entice more drivers to log in. And then you have heaps of drivers just sitting around logged in, but there's no orders happening, which would mean that the peak has no impact whatsoever, because if you don't get orders, you don't get the peak pay. Boxing Day, public holiday, absolute mayhem at shopping centres. I'm just going to say, just avoid shopping centres on Boxing Day.
Hate, 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 hate. Double hate. Loathe entire entirely.
Once again, if you do have your little shortcuts and your nifty parking spots, sure, go for it. But expect crowds, expect traffic congestion, just expect an overall bad time navigating through the herd to get a delivery picked up. So New Year's Eve, let's not beat around the bush. People like to have a few drinks and they like to order food. Alternatively, they're having a night in, trying to avoid all the madness and crowds and rush out there, and they'll just order food in, take an easy night, and treat themselves. So New Year's Eve will probably be busy, and that's purely basing off people's behaviours. But keep in mind too, traffic, a lot of people go out driving on New Year's Eve too, so you're gonna have some congestion around. The big one though, and I saw this last year, is New Year's Day. Expect to see gigantic peaks on New Year's Day. I think last year on the Gold Coast, I was seeing $15 peaks popping up in certain areas. That's right, $15, so an extra $15 per delivery. Huge, that's massive. Just point that one out clearly. People are hungover, it's a public holiday, they're just gonna lay around and order food. It's gonna be a good day for delivery driving, so if you're up to scratch on that day, why not head out there, make some decent money out of it. But also guys, on a more serious note, you need to ask yourself the question of, why do I want to deliver over the holidays? Why do I want to deliver on Christmas Day? Why do I want to deliver on New Year's Eve? Ask yourself these questions and you get down to, some honest truths with yourself around it. If you were delivery driving and doing a couple extra hours to earn some more money for Christmas, why would you go out on Christmas Day and ignore your friends and family?
I know people have money who are very poor. I know people have lots of money that are very rich. The difference is how they are in their relationships, how they are in their sense of spirit, how they are in capturing the moments. So you have to decide right now to be rich, not when you get to a certain number. You got to decide right now, I'm a wealthy mother, or whatever appropriate language would be for you.
If you're doing delivery driving to make life a little bit easier and to get some downtime occasionally, why would you then go and skip out spending that downtime around the holidays when a lot of people come together? For myself over this holidays, I've been working 70 hours a week on average since January, so I'm absolutely exhausted and I'm just about to start 1 month off my full-time job. So I get 1 month off from there, I've saved up all my annual leave, taking a month off. I won't be doing too much delivery driving across it, maybe just a day a week, absolute maximum for it, just because I get bored and I want to go out driving. But I'm not going to be thrashing myself on that month off, and I'm going to be spending time with family, time with friends, focusing on some wind down, because let's be honest, burnout's a real thing. I am throttled on burnout right now, so even I need a break every now and then. So the holidays, that's going to be my break time. So I've been working hard all year, I'm going to take a little bit of time off just to wind down, refresh the batteries, and then kick it all off in January again. So ask yourself the question, do you need to work across the Christmas holidays? If you don't need to, can you be more selective about what days you want to work to find that work-life balance? And otherwise, if you are going to work across it, be smart, plan ahead, make sure that you're doing the best, most effective delivery driving you can, especially around these shopping centers, and picking the right days and times to go out dashing. But if you like this content, guys, make sure you smash the like and subscribe button. Also, for anyone else, leave down below in the comments. Leave in the comments things that you think will be helpful tips for others to read. People do read these comments down here, guys, so it's about building the community up together. It's about us sharing ideas. Let's try help each other, especially through these holidays when it is going to be different to business as usual. But other than that, guys, until next time, peace out.